Ay. Wait. Nope, there's my dollar. Florida. Crap. Okay, so I have, as I have mentioned many times before, I have allergies. I have some serious I'm basically allergic to the outdoors. I also have a dust allergy, which affects my indoor life as well. But yeah, so, last night, the Dutch, excuse me, damn it. Oh, for fuck's sake. So, last night's Dutch baby, I what? The what? The oven first had to be set very hot at 475, and then I lowered it to 425. Hello, Murnau. He's coming over this way. Yes, I'm going to move you if you don't move. So first it was 475, then I turned it down to 425, which is, fine. That's completely fine. But I forgot that it made things very hot in here. And because it made things very hot in here, I slept with the window open. And because I slept with the window open, and I typically wake up around noon and go to bed at 4 a.m., this meant that I was getting, even with my CPAP on, because I've got, please don't. Yes, you, don't. Don't. There's going to be pills here. So, I've got obstructive sleep apnea. In my case, it's because I have, an oversized soft palate, and I have a deformation in my uvula that the otolaryngologist said that he hadn't really seen before in his then 20 years of practice, and that was earlier in the year that I moved here, so about 26 years of practice now. And last I heard, he's still only seen this deformation in my, of the uvula that I've got. He's only ever seen it in me, so so he says this is that this is certainly, what's caused my sleep apnea and all that. So even with the CPAP on, somehow, it did not thwart the fact that this is already grass season. So, because it is grass season, of course, I got a face full of allergen, and I woke up snot, and then, of course, first I woke up at 7 a.m. full of snot, and then I found my Mucinex nighttime because about a month ago, please don't. No, you're not allowed. You're absolutely not allowed on my lap while I'm doing my pills. You know this. You know that. No, you can't have my medicines. You can have some patents, but you're not allowed on the lap. No, you're not, little noodle. No, you're not. Okay. So, yeah, what's the thing? No. Oh, fine. Fine. No, get a little bit of scratchings. Just a little bit of scratchings. Okay. No, I gotta do this. No, this is my medicine. Oh my gosh, you're so cute. Yes. You're very, very cute, and you're very, very sweet, and I love you very, very much. But you're being a pain in the ass. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You're being a pain in the butt, you cute little noodle butt. Yes. No, you're a pain in the butt. Yes, you are. I'm serious, you are. It's true. Now, you are. I don't make the rules. No, I don't make the rules. I know everybody loves you. And I know the people on the internet love you, and everybody loves him now. Oh, yes, and he loves to be in everybody's face. Because he just got a sweet little face. Yes, he's 3 years old, but he's still got a kitteny face. Yes, he do. Yeah, no. You're trying to get on my lap, aren't you? Yes, you are. Oh my gosh. So yeah, I got a face full of snot, and I woke up. So yeah, I took some Mucinex nighttime that I got for really head cold I had about a month ago. And then what happens? So yeah, I took the Mucinex so I could go to bed, and that seemed to at least clear up the congestion that I had from what's it called? Waking up with a face full of whatever, grass dust or whatever. I don't know. It happens every spring. I'm gonna turn this down because this is like right in my face. And I know it's gonna be dark, a bit, but, oh, the Dutch baby. The Dutch baby was great. That was excellent. I did take the first bite on I just hate eating on camera. I've been oddly, I've been getting a bit of a, reality TV fix, because it's garbage television, but, excuse me, but, you know, this is like, tacky shows have been a staple of, television since at least the 60s, I want to say. But, yeah, like, in the 80s and 90s, it was, you know, had your trashy, chat shows like Jerry Springer and Ricky Lake and Jenny Jones, and you had a couple who were a bit more respectable to the subjects who would be on the show for that day. Sally Jesse Raphael tended to be a little bit more, respectful, or maybe I'm just confused, because she always seemed really classy, about it. Even if things were erupting in chaos around her. Oh God, Maury. Maury's something else, man. He was still, his show was still going until a couple years ago. I read that somewhere. But then what happens? Oh, right. So yeah, I woke up with a face full of snot, and then I took the Mucinex, and then I went back to bed, and I was mostly cleared up, but then I woke up around, I want to say noon. Like I'm supposed to. And when I woke up for good this time, I was kind of full of snot again. And then what happens was, so I took my meds, and with my meds includes my, my fexofenadine, the, generic name for Allegra, which is an allergy medication, which, so here's the funny thing. So this, seems to be currently not effective for me anymore. And that's the funny thing about allergy medication, is like sometimes you have to rotate them every year or two because you can build up a tolerance to it. And, so yeah, like if you build up a tolerance to your allergy medication, you just gotta rotate it with something else. So this is what I did today. I picked up the, generic equivalent of Zyrtec today, and I took one of these after I got home, and I know it says not to exceed one in exactly 24 hours, but trust me, I need to take one in the morning, again, because, but yeah, so I took one, and parts of my allergy relief felt a lot better, like, my eyes stopped itching, a couple other things. The sinus pressure came down a bit, but the wall of snot in my head has not yet subsided, so I'm thinking I might need to switch up my nasal spray. I did find my nasal spray, Excuse me. It's all just mucus. And of course, you know, because having a face full of mucus is not one of the symptoms of this virus that has everybody on lockdown. Of course, you know, because I have to go out, first I hit the post office, which, you know, you do every once in a while. Oh wow, you're allergic to allergy medications. That's fun times, I'm sure. Wait, which one? This is not. Oh, right. This is the that's the 20 milligram ones that I only have around still just in case of emergency. So what happens? Oh, yeah, Donahue was a bit classier. In fact, like, oh gosh, I've got oh wait, did I take that to one of the secondhand shops? I don't remember. So I've got this old book, or at least I had it, called The Encyclopedia of Pop Culture. Murnau, you do not get Bushburn. Trust me. No. No, no, no. No, you don't. But you don't, because you're not full of anxiety and all that stuff. No. No, you do get Pettins. You do get Pettins, though. Oh my gosh. Why are you being a... No. No. Why are you being a pain in the ass? Yes. You saw it. He tried to crawl on my lap while I was doing meds. I'm sure one of Princess's little fan kids is probably gonna see that and be all like, how could you be so mean to his cat? I'm like, because the little dipshit tried to crawl on my lap while I'm doing my meds. Son of a bitch. It's like, no, 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 no. Meds are not for kitties. Oh, yeah, ibuprofen, that's, yeah, that's kind of like the only, I've had, allergic reactions to a couple of NSAID medications, so I can't take aspirin. It causes, myalgias or muscle weakness. I think that's myalgias. Yeah, myopia is nearsightedness. And I can't take naproxen because I got tremors taking that. So I can take ibuprofen, though. I can take ibuprofen, I can take acetaminophen, or, aka Tylenol. But no, I can't take aspirin, I cannot take, naproxen. And that's Aleve, the over-the-counter version of it. Okay, this is the 25 one. So, so yeah, amongst everything that's getting canceled due to the outbreak, let's see, my, I don't know why I like to shake the capsules and hear the powder shaking around in there. But yeah, things that got canceled. Let's see. The second stage of my hepatitis vaccine got pushed back a week. That's fun, isn't it? Let's see. My it looks like my what? My post-op visit to the surgeon who gave me my balls, that got quietly pushed back a week. I don't even remember talking to anybody about that. Because they called me about the vaccine getting pushed back. Oh, therapist also canceled until next month. I am on the, or at least I've been informed anyway, that I am, at the top of my my Brow Girls callback list for mid-April because the Brow Bar at Ulta has basically canceled all appointments for brow wax services, and I think the salon has canceled services as well until mid-April. And the reason Vanessa put me on the top of the list is because she knows that, at least in my case, or at least as I've said to her in my case, because it wouldn't surprise me if there are other people as well. But I said something about it because you stand still long enough, or at least within earshot of me, and you're gonna get half a life story. But that's another story for another time. So, yeah. So my eyebrow wax is kind of a mental health expense because I have a history with cutting, and I've noticed that epilating and hair waxing and all of that helps me fight the urges to self-harm. So god damn, she was in tears when she had to cancel and put me on the tentative callback list for mid-April. Like she was honestly crying, and she's just, I'm sure part of it is because, she's not, going to be working for about 4 weeks thereabouts. But I also know that, like, she and I are really tight, so yeah, like we gave each other, like, Christmas gifts too when I went for my brow wax in December. Like, I wasn't even expecting anything from her, but I just, like, made a butt ton of cookies, and I was just like, I'm gonna give these out to as many people as I can, because the fewer cookies I have sitting at home, excuse me, the fewer I try to justify, like, eggs, milk, wheat, that's nutrition, that's breakfast, right? So yeah, but yeah, like, we gave each other, like, like, little tiny gifts like that, and, like, Christmas cards and shit. So my brow wax girl and I are really tight, so I know that she was at least a little upset about that, and probably hoping that I'm able to fend off any kind of self-harming urges from the stress, especially because the whole thing on, with Michigan on, Michigan is not on, like, total lockdown like apparently France is, because I've got a friend who is a US expat living in Reyes, France right now, and France is on lockdown. Like, you gotta have this official form to be outside for any reason, and if you are not, like, it's an official form that verifies your address, and and it's for, like, limited movement outside your home. Like, you're allowed to go to the grocery store, you're allowed to pick up things from I don't know the French equivalent sort of store, so I'm just gonna say Target. Like, say you need to go to Target for laundry soap, like, you have to go to the nearest equivalent of a French Target, right? So yeah, if you're, like, not going to the one nearest your home, they will definitely ask you questions. There is a fine of up to 135 euro if you do not have proper documentation and or are not at the nearest store to your verified address on this little form. So yeah, like, France is on lockdown. Michigan is not on lockdown. In fact, our governor was one of the more proactive state representatives of honey, what happened to my thing? There's the thing that holds them all. There's the top to it here. What happened to it, little noodle? What happened? What'd you do? Oh, never mind. There it is. And you threw the yarn on the floor. Well, it didn't. Oh, that hit the floor. Oh gosh. So but yeah, the governor here in Michigan, she's been one of the more proactive state officials about this, and she really laid into Trump allegedly on CNN, I believe. I don't know. Or no, or I think it was MSNBC. I don't know. I'm not watching the news or anything like that. I pretty much get my news from what? Like The Daily Show and Colbert and Philip DeFranco And I know, right? I'm trash. I'm just complete trash. But it's like these are the news sources that um condensed a lot of the most important stuff down um in the easiest to mentally, emotionally digest um um short bites, and also in the case of the Daily Show and Colbert, like these are the only news sources that give a lot of the events, especially considering Captain Slappy in the White House, the commentary it deserves, right? And I do this rather than watching any of the like major news sources that a lot of people turn to just for mental health reasons. I'm like, if I watched like CNN, MSNBC, anything like that regularly enough, I would probably just like be stressing myself the hell out. But there were things I was thinking. I don't know. Now I've got a sinus headache. So yeah, my brow girl rescheduled. My therapist, she canceled, but we've got tentative plans for first week of April. She's going to get back to me, um, so we can figure out a date for next session. Um, my hepatitis vaccine was pushed back. Oh, um, that's on the 26th of the month. So I so yeah, I've still got about a week before I need to schedule an A ride for that. Then what happens? Um, and my post-op um check-in evaluation thing with the surgeon that got quietly pushed back a week, and I'm just because like I said, I don't remember having a phone call with somebody. It's also possible that I did have a phone call with somebody, but it was like the same day as the one that pushed back the vaccine, and either I had it first and was still half asleep and don't remember it, because I have a history of somniloquy and somnambulism, sleep talking, sleepwalking, so that would not surprise me. I've been told by Best X that, I've even been told by Worst X that I can have incredibly lucid sounding conversations with people in my sleep. And, Worst X had a better sense of when I was asleep. But, aha! I knew stuff was, ahaha. Okay, yeah, I thought things seemed a little bit... So yeah, I don't know how Worst X figured out that I was sleeping while I was having these conversations, but yeah, apparently I can have fairly lucid conversations in my sleep. Obviously, Best X is not Best X because he is best at figuring shit out that I have been doing literally since I was 12, was when it was first observed. Okay, this is the as needed, which I refilled because please come back to me, little pill pod. I dropped my pill pod on the floor, and there it stays forevermore. Okay. Okay, this was today's pod, and then what happens? Shut up, phone. Okay. Uh, no. And now I've got a sinus headache from this shit. So yeah, I need to at least send a message to my doctor and see if she can, get me a different nasal spray for the allergies, because this is unacceptable. The fact that, of course, I'm on 3 different allergy medications. I'm on the nasal spray, I'm on eye drops, which are right here amongst a whole lot of nail varnish. I also occasionally give Murnau an eye drop because he's got a dust allergy, and, so especially after I've vacuumed, he is, it aggravates his dust allergy, so I give him an eye drop in one eye. I cleared it with the vet, because I know from, when Mr. Midnight's kidneys were failing, that a lot of times, pets can take the same medications that people do. In fact, there's, oh crap, I forget what it was, but I used to take it, but I hated it. Was it Trazodone? I think. Or was it Tramadol? No. No, Tramadol. One of them is the, No. Tramadol is the one that they were hoping would be, a pseudo-opioid, but it turned out that it's actually, like, just as similar as your basic opioids, so, okay. No, it was Trazodone. It was Trazodone. I was taking that, I forget why. Oh, wait, no, I was taking that for, for sleep, assistance. And I heard, somebody in the waiting room when Mr. Midnight's kidneys were failing, there to pick up Trazodone for his dog. So I had a whole bunch left over. I think some of it was expired, but it's the Humane Society. It's the Humane Society vet, and I know they take donations. And I checked on the I checked on the website, and then I asked one of the, because I didn't see anything about it on the website about, like, exactly what kind of donations they'll take. So I asked the woman at the desk while I was waiting for Mr. Midnight's appointment to be called back. And she said that they do sometimes take donations of medications, and of course, if it's something that they can't use, they'll just, dispose of it responsibly, of course. So I just donated a whole bunch of Trazodone I had left over, because apparently dogs can take it. So, so yeah, I brought those over when, we had Mr. Midnight's last appointment. Crap. But yeah, I gotta get a hold of my doctor and say, hey, I might need to try a new nasal spray, because I'm on 3 different medications for my allergies, which should show exactly how badly I need, to have my allergies managed. And of course, today I go out, and I'm heading first to the post office, and then to Walgreens, and on the bus, there are people, like, who, like, I'm even, like, sitting, like, 2 seats away from everybody, but, like, one person on the bus into Ann Arbor, rather than the, one to Walgreens, and then one from Walgreens back home, back from Ann Arbor. So the one in Ann Arbor, somebody like literally got up and moved away when he noticed how much I was sniffing, and I'm thinking to myself, this isn't even one of the symptoms. And especially if you know like what you're listening to from the person who is clearly full of snot and mucus, it's clear that this is that I'm having an allergy attack, right? So obviously this was somebody who doesn't know anybody with allergies. So okay. But yeah, I'm far less congested. I'm just still dripping snot. So that's fun, ain't it? Uh, but because I'm still dripping snot and I've got a bit of a sinus headache right now, probably because I'm dripping snot. Gosh. I was kind of thinking I would just like crochet and chat, for like another half hour or something with the rest of the stream, but I don't know. I'm just not feeling it. I think I'm gonna go and get some Tylenol, see if that helps my headache any. I don't I don't have high hopes, but that's the closest thing I have that might help a sinus headache right now. Um, I did not find any of the good Mucinex that is just for allergies. I have the cold and flu Mucinex that I got about a month ago. I do not have any of the stuff that's more recommended for allergies and sinus headaches and all of that. So, like I said, I'm going to make do with what I've got at home, which is some Tylenol and some Tylenol, basically. Gonna go get some Tylenol in my face and um and then rest a little bit more because it is allergy season already, at least for grass. And it doesn't even matter if people have mowed the lawn or not because for me grass season starts like after everything's thawed out and it's just windy enough that any of the grass that was still like dry and stuff that had kind of like broken off and all that, so it's like any of that that can end up in the air that will even a little bit will obviously have me wake up with a face full of snot. Yes, yes. You had a face full of snot when you passed around a head cold back in what was that? November, December. I remember I was texting my young man in Cardiff about how the cats passed around a head cold, or known in veterinary terms, an upper respiratory infection. But the vet tech I spoke to said, yeah, it's just a head cold. It's really common for cats in certain seasons and weather. Yeah, Phoebe usually gets a fairly mild head cold. It's usually like very mild. She just gets a little bit more she's just a little bit more tired for a couple of days every winter, but it doesn't usually pass around like it did with like it did to the boys this last winter. So first it passed from Phoebe to Murnau. Like I said, with Phoebe it was just like her normal thing. She was a little bit extra nappy and all of that and tired and seemed I don't know. She kind of acts like she has a headache a little bit, I guess. It might have just been, like I said, like maybe some sinus pressure or something. I don't know. I wish the cats could communicate with me in English, but I kind of read their face based on how my face kind of looks with certain stuff. So maybe I'm right. Maybe I'm way off base with that. But yeah, then it passed to Murnau. And I thought Murnau was just having an allergy attack because he was acting normal. He was acting completely normal, except he was having sneezing fits several times a day, and he was clearly trying to work out this massive booger. And, oh yeah, I posted that to Instagram, and then I think I put a clip of it in an edited MedVlog video that I uploaded, maybe? I don't know. It might still be, no, I don't think I put it in the highlights from my Instagram stories. But yeah, or now sneezed out this huge ass booger that I swear was like twice as big as one of his nostrils. How it flew out and landed on the sideboard table that was like behind him. So he was like in the he was in the basket. He was in the wicker basket, and somehow the booger flew out and landed behind him because he was facing away from the sideboard. And it was hilarious and gross. And I showed my therapist. Like, I asked her if she wanted to see it, and she said, okay. And I showed her, she's like, oh my god, that's disgusting. I'm like, yeah, but we're proud of it, right? You know? Such a massive booger that comes out of such a little cat. And then Nigel got the head cold, and he was flopping all around the apartment, like he was dying. And that's when I called the vet just to, and talk to the tech and, to see if I could get any advice on what might be going on with him, see if this was something worth taking to the vet. And she said, well, it sounds like an upper respiratory infection, or, it's like, your basic head cold, for a cat. But if he gets any worse and if his symptoms, go from, like right now, how he is to, if it sounds like he's having extreme shortness of breath rather than just being a little wheezy from congestion or something, then like bring him in and all of that. So no, he didn't get any worse. He just acted like he was dying. Like this was the greatest tragedy to befall his, oh gosh, going on 8 years. Right, right, little Murnau, my cute little noodle. Look at this face. Look at this cat face. Look at him. Look at him. He is so cute. He is such a cute little boy. Yes, he is.
And he's so fluffy. You're such a fluffy little doodle, aren't you?
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. And you made such a huge booger. Yes, you did. Such a huge booger came out of your little face. Mm-hmm. And then you gave the head cold to Nigel, and he was flopping around like he was dying. I'm dying. I'm dying. Yes, he was. But he lived. He lived, didn't he? Because we love him. Yes. Oh my gosh. Speaking of older cats, so Phoebe's old foster has this perfectly adoptable 9.5-year-old cat. Like, how does a cat that age end up in foster? I mean, I guess better foster than a shelter where, they might have the euthanasia, in which case it's like that is just kind of a death sentence to a cat that age, even if she's perfectly healthy. And after I get paid again, because now that Phoebe's up to date and current on all of her vaccines, I'm just like, I think I kind of have to. I think it might be my civic duty. Now, this cat, she's 9.5 years old, and she has one eye. She has one eye. She lost one eye due, from an infection. It says on her little personality and brief history sheet. But here's the thing: is like, the other thing that makes her very, very different from my cats is she's all white rather than all black. Or, as I like to say, she is photo negative black cat, right? So yeah, hi. I think after I get paid again in April, I don't know, I just feel like Miss Opal is just, she's 9.5 years old, and that is the oldest possible that the vet said Mr. Midnight could have been when his kidneys failed suddenly. So I'm kind of feeling like I've got a bit of a duty, I don't know. And plus I know that, like, just her age alone, like, if I don't adopt her, she's just going to be in foster life, and it's going to be a very chaotic existence for her for, the rest of her life, and I don't want to see that. So I know from when I was sitting for a now former friend a few years ago that uh I was sitting for, this cat got so lonely he wouldn't eat. Like this cat stopped eating at some point because he was just so lonely. So I had to bring him here, rather than leave him there. And I had half a mind to keep that cat, except for the fact that he and Nigel did not get along. And like I said, I had half a mind to keep him because, like, I even told now former friend that this cat was getting so lonely he wouldn't eat anymore. But, now former friend, yeah, him and his wife still, like, pushed their trip back. Oh, no, we're gonna stay another couple weeks. I'm like, seriously? Your cat stopped eating. Your cat had to come to a small efficiency apartment where he's now, cohabitating with a cat he does not get along with. I mean, if all the cats get along, there's just barely enough room in here for 4. It's not the most comfortable, but I've got plenty of places that they can go and, get some alone time if they need it and all of that. But yeah, are you trying to eat yarn again? Yes, you are. Hey, you. Why are you such a pain in my butt? Huh?
Why? Why are you a pain in my ass? Huh? Is it 'cause you're cute? Is it 'cause you're cute? No. I'm gonna annoy you. I'm gonna annoy you some. I'm gonna annoy you. 'Cause you're my little noodle doodle. You're my annoying little boy. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You're an annoying little boy. Yes, you are. Oh, you are. But I love you, though. I do. You're a cutie.
Okay. I think I'm gonna.
Why are you stuck? Why are you stuck? You're stuck in my things. Oh, kitty.
Okay, I think I'm gonna sign off for real this time, but first I'm gonna. Seriously? Why is it showing me only. Yeah, okay. So, okay, I'm gonna look through some chat stuff real quick. Okay. Okay. Fun browser making a comeback. Therapist is not canceled appointments yet. Now I'm. Oh, yeah. I would. Yeah. Definitely go check on that. Depends on where you are. Stress levels are real. Oh yeah. What Dina, Minnesota? Oh hey, Minnesota, Midwest neighbors. Served an 8-course meal to my best friend in my sleep, or so she says. Oh gosh, yeah. Oh, hello. Hi, Lady Amaris. And hey, Shaker was here. Wonder how I do in a dream battle with Freddy Krueger. Nice. Tramadol and Trazodone. Tramadol and Trazodone are both used in veterinary medicine. Okay. I know I was on both briefly. I can't remember if I brought just the Trazodone or the rest of the other one. I don't know. I know I just donated some old meds to the Huron Valley Humane Society thing. Oh yeah, I did get the message about Genesis Peorage, and in fact, like I messaged a couple other friends about Genesis passing on, and I thought about doing a video about it, but I don't know how I would do Genesis any justice with that. I know Genesis was struggling with leukemia for the last couple of years, and a few months ago, any of the positive updates just suddenly ended. Like there were there were regular updates about Genesis was doing about with the cancer for a while, and then they just kind of abruptly stopped. I want to say December, maybe November, December. So at that point, it was just like it's just a matter of time. So it was really heartbreaking news when I saw it, and but yeah, I can't. I don't think I'd do any kind of tribute video, any kind of justice. Um, uh, uh, yeah. Okay. Well, I'm gonna sign off for real this time because, like I said, I should probably take some Tylenol for my sinus headache I've got, and I took I was able to go to the burrito place around the corner from me, and I had myself a burrito for dinner before I signed on. In fact, that's why I pushed back the time from something like 5 after 11 to 11:23 because, like I said, I don't like eating on camera, so I wanted to finish eating first, and then what happened. So yeah, I picked up some extra napkins because I do not have tissues, and of course, obtaining a box of tissues has become kind of difficult in this incredibly stressful time for the world because people are selfish. So yeah, like I've got I am at a loss of tissues, but I pulled up some wonderful scratchy stiff paper napkins from the burrito place. So I'm gonna make myself a tissue walrus and take some Tylenol for my headache, and then just like kind of chill the rest of the night. And hopefully everything turns out all right. Like I said, I'm gonna call my doctor tomorrow, see if we can try me out on a different nasal spray for my allergies because, like I said, this one seems to be I seem to have a bit of a tolerance to this because well, I've also got a tolerance. I've also built up a tolerance to Allegra, so I'm not going to be taking that anymore. I have switched that out for whatever the generic name for Zyrtec is. So, all right, bats and kisses, and take care of yourselves, and especially in this trying time for the entire world, and hopefully after some Tylenol kicks in, I might be able to finish my sweater tonight. All right, bye-bye. And this one, and